Welcome to Static Model Mayhem. On this episode, we'll be continuing our build on Trumpeter's 1/350th scale Kirov battlecruiser, and we'll be focusing on the superstructures. So let's begin. It's going to be a nice change after some detailing that we did with some ladders, masking, some photo etched doors. So today we'll be focusing on some bigger pieces. Let's start then. Let me grab my trusty cutters. Another tip: don't make the first cut flush with the surface. You will stress out plastic and it's going to end up in tears. Don't ask me how I know. So we have C10, let's get C11. I'm cutting those at an awkward angle since I've got this camera in my face. But anyway, let's continue. C25, and then we need F4 on my right hand side. Come on, F4, that's the one. Right, so let's start cleaning pieces one by one. The problem with these superstructures on the entirety of its model is that Trumpeter has molded it with the butt joints. In other words, no locator pinholes for you to align it properly, but we'll manage. Let's clean it up a bit further. Okay. This is where the piece is going to align with each other, so we have to be a bit careful to save ourselves some putty and unnecessary filling and sanding. Give it some opposites. Right. Still. As a good friend of mine and a very, very talented modeler said, you can see with your hands sometimes better than you can see with your eyes. So, yep, looks good. And let's get this ready first with some slow drying. To align the part. it there. It should be something like this. And then some extra thing. This one looks good. Let's get the other part in, the opposite side. Not made a mistake there. But we survived. And now for the final piece. I'm not quite sure if I have to put any additional diagonal brace here, just in case it's more solid than that. We'll see. Oh, we're looking good. Right. Let this one to dry a bit. If we don't manage to destroy it. And let's move to the next one. We have some additional parts to place, but this, I call this step done. I tend to make notes on my kit's instructions. This one's also done. And let's go to something a bit larger. Let's go with the big one. That's two. Remember this when we were putting the ladders and the doors? Well, it's time for them to get properly assembled. Just have to be careful on this piece. Right. Where's my sanding? There we go. %of scale modeling is filling and sanding. 15% will make it 70 filling and sanding. 20% painting, 25% painting, and the rest is everything else. And hard to reach areas or with weird angles. I'm using these. I don't want to destroy the raised detail. It's going to be seeing with your fingers. Let's see, it's a bit more. Much better. Straighten this out. Of course, you can go with your hobby knife, but not with the blade, the dull side. This can also work. I think I should replace the sanding pad on this. Got worn out. Very good enough. Next piece, right here. You're going to need a lot of different sanding tools if you're working with ships, if you're building any ship models. And especially small size ones. Big handle, small contact area. But you might need to make your own tools at one point. You'll discover that what the hobby companies are offering doesn't make either your standards or what you want to do with the tool. Just a bit of brute force. Never hurt anyone, he says. Good enough. Two pieces, then we need C9 and C27. This one right here. Again, give it some space. Don't cut it flush, because you'll end up putting unnecessary stress to this point here. And not that you cannot recover from a mishap like that, but it's unnecessary filling and sanding, which is something that I despise. Right. Now we can trim the knobs off. As you have noticed, I'm working on a production line mindset. In other words, make the same moves And the same adjustments on each piece. And move to the next one. Let me double check it. There we go. There's my tiny sander. Good. Just a bit more. Excellent. Fantastic. There we go. It's a bit tricky to find those places that need sanding with the camera in my face, but funny thing is I used to think that that was an excuse, a lame excuse of YouTube model builders, but it's the actual reality. Once you get stuck into it. A bit more. Just a bit more. I could go brutal and could go medieval on its ass by using a file. But I just don't want to be bothered with additional filling and sanding, as I've mentioned earlier. Anyway, yeah, I think it damaged a bit. Damaged this part of it, but we live. So we have C27, we have F8 coming in here. Right. Good, good. This one I will escape. Oh, no, you don't. C27, F8, F11, and C9. Again. Just trying to keep you in focus. Stabilize that first. And then extra thing to reinforce it, or it gets unglued, as you do. Come on. This should go here. Don't worry, we'll align it later. Just want to get the general shape of it. I could use super glue, but I wouldn't be able to adjust it. That's 3 pieces done. Almost. Yeah. See, that's the problem with butt joints and no locator pins. Some glue. Just a bit. We can align this properly. Almost there. And the final piece of the puzzle. Come on. Getting there. Go on, my son. I'm trying to keep you in focus while you're tackling this piece of superstructure. Almost there. Come on. Just a bit. And there you have it. Two pieces of a main superstructure assembled. We'll be adding details and small decks all over the place. All over the place. Nice. So, thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe. Take care.